Bhadram karnevi shrunuyama devam Bhadram pashyem akshabhirja jatram Srirangye stoshubhagum sastanuvi Vishima devahitam yadayu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, may we hear with our ears what is auspicious. May we see with our eyes what is good. May we strong in limbs and body sing your praise and enjoy the life allotted to us by you. Om, peace, peace, peace be to all. This morning our subject is Stories of Vedanta Monks, Part 17. We study Vedanta literature and try to know Vedanta. We read Gita, Upanishads, Brahma Sutra, Viveka Chudamani, Ashtavakra Samhita, Manjukya Upanishad. These are the great literature on Vedanta. Sometimes we wonder, is it possible to experience and to experiment in life those great teachings? Very difficult. I have no idea. The word doesn't exist. How difficult? Is it possible? Really, we wonder. These high ideas in philosophy is good to hear, but we want, that doesn't fill the heart, that doesn't give full satisfaction, I tell you. It will give you some kind of inspiration in the intellect, but it will not fulfill your heart, satisfy your heart. That is the reason we want to see some people who have experimented and verified and realized these great teachings in their lives. We want to see them. That is the reason we need holy company. I have seen some people those who have experienced and realized those teachings in their lives. If you do not live with them, you cannot understand them. As Sri Ramakrishna said, only a jeweler knows the value of the jewel. A man had a jewel, he sent his managers to evaluate it. He went to an eggplant seller. The eggplant seller says, I can give you 10 pounds of eggplant. Then he went to a cloth merchant. He said, I shall give you 10 pairs of clothes. Then he went to a jeweler. He said, I shall give you 100,000 rupees. Only the jeweler knows the value of the jewel, not the eggplant seller or the cloth merchant. So if you really want to understand God, spiritual life, you must have the company of the holy. The life and the stories of these great monks uplifts our thoughts into spiritual realm, give us holy company, show us the pitfalls of spiritual life, make our spiritual life, spiritual journey easy, smooth and joyful. Holy company. Holy company is essential in spiritual life. There is a famous saying of Tulsidas, Binu satsang na hori katha, tahi bini mohona na bhag, moho gai binu rama pada, hoye dido nurag. Without the company of the holy, there is no talk about God. And if you do not talk about God, your delusion, your attachment for the world will not go. And if the delusion does not go, you are not going to have the grace of God. Beautiful verse. Holy company sharpens our intellect, develops our love for truth, purifies the mind. The scripture says the Ganges water purifies us. The smooth, that calm light of the moon takes away the heat from the body, from the sun. And Kalpataru Vriksha, wish-fulfilling tree, removes human poverty. But all three things can be acquired only by the company of the holy. Holy company will take away of your all sins. Holy company will remove all of your pain, suffering, all worries, anxieties. And it will take away your poverty. Well, Swami, if I have holy company, shall I get a lot of money? No. You will get spiritual wealth, not worldly wealth. There is a famous folklore. Narada told Krishna, Lord, I found a wonderful devotee. She thinks day and night about you. So Krishna says, then I want to see her. So both went in disguise. That woman, she was a poor widow, had a cow. She offered some milk to Krishna and Narada. And they are very happy. Krishna blessed them. Then when he came out from the house, he gave a blessing. May the cow of this old lady die soon. Narada was a little puzzled. The poor widow has only one cow. Then he went to the house of a very rich man with his palatial building and said, hello, we have come here. We are very hungry. Could you give us some food? The rich man said, is it a hotel that you have come here for food? Get out from my house right now. So Narada, Krishna came out, both of them came out. Then Krishna gave another blessing. May this man have more money, more share, more stock, more real estate. And he gave a sumptuous boon to that rich person. Then Narada was puzzled. Lord, I don't understand your way. This poor woman, you took away her cow, and here is a rich man, you gave him more money. Narada, you don't understand me. I gave so much money to him so that he will never come to me. I pushed him out from me. Day and night he will think about money, 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 and you will suffer from worries and anxieties. You do not understand my way. And this woman, I shall look after her. I shall supply all she needs. That is the way we get wealth from the holy company. These holy people are called Jangam Tirtha, mobile shrine. If you go to a holy place, take bath, that earth, that will purify you. But seeing this holy person, you will get instant purification. Some Yoga Vasishtha Ramayana says, if a holy person does not talk to you, it doesn't matter. Just stay with him. Just watch his life. And listen, sometimes he may say something. That is the way you will know what a spiritual person lives in this world, a Jivan Mukta. I remember once I was in jeep travel in Calcutta. I gave a lecture on holy company, that you must have holy company every day. So an elderly person used to come to our monastery every day. He used to come in the afternoon And seeing him in the living room, I turned my face and I went for a walk. One day that elderly person caught me and says, "You gave the lecture and said that you must have holy company, but I come to have the company and you go away without talking to me." Then I said, "You are right. But do you know what? The president of this place, he does not have any work. That Swami, the head Swami, he is supposed to talk to you. And I do the proofreading. After 7-8 hours reading, my eyes get tired. So this evening time, 6 o'clock, I go for a walk. But if I chat with you, I will be very sick. Do you want me to be sick?" "Oh, no, I don't want you to be sick. With that old Swami, that head Swami, he will talk to you." Sometimes it's very difficult, you know. Holy company. There is a famous verse of Shankara. Satsangati nisangatam, nisangate nirmohatatam, nirmohatate nishalatatam, nishalatate jivan mukti. What a beautiful verse. Satsangate niswangatam. The more you have the company of the holy, your mind will be away from the worldly things. Worldly company, worldly association, evil people, who will be pushed away the more you have the company of the holy. Nishangatam, you will be alone with God. Nishangate nirmohatatam, the more you will be with this holy company, nishanga, your attachment for the world also will go away. We are attached on worldly things. Then, nirmohatattam. Nirmohatate nishalattattam. If the moho, delusion, ignorance are not in your mind, do you know what happens to your mind? Nishalattattam. Your mind will completely absorb in the nishalatatta, that is Atman, Brahman, God. Your mind will settle in God. Nishalatate jivan muktihi. If your mind settles in God, you will be free. Jivan mukta, you will be living free. I am just telling you that how holy company works. I remember I started to visit monastery when I was 14. From 1950 to 1957, every Sunday I visited monastery, served the monks and the errands, and worked in the monastery. Almost every Sunday, 7 years. Then I entered the monastery, But I learned so many things. As Sri Ramakrishna said, holy company, how it works. In olden days, there was no pathology. So if you want to study the pulse of a patient, you will have to stay with the doctor. The doctor will say that this is the pulse, rapid, this, that. It is a very delicate things they will have to learn by the association of the doctors. Same thing here, medical school. So many years they go for training before they start surgery. Same thing in a spiritual life. You need constant company of these holy people. So today I shall talk to you about from Swami Shraddhananda's diary. I met the Swami in 1952. He was the editor of Udbodhan. He was born in 1907, died in 1996. He was the head Swami in the Sacramento in California. He was my mentor, very great Swami, very learned. On 10th July 1985, he I was there. Every summer, almost every summer, I used to go and stay with him for a couple of weeks. He gave his personal diary to me to read. I read that diary, I was so inspired. I was asking, could I have a copy? Yeah, all right, you have a copy. So I Xeroxed it, and that Xerox copy is still with me. So from that copy, I rearranged his diary, and that will come in a book. Very soon, that book will come. So from that diary, I shall talk to you that what he collected. He is talking about M. 24th December 1929. At that time he was a student. He used to visit M, the recorder of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. He joined in 1930 as disciple of Swami Shivananda. Today is Christmas Eve. M. The disciples of the devotees of Sri Ramakrishna fully believe in Christ. He who was Rama, Krishna, Chaitanya, Christ, that person is Sri Ramakrishna. Avatar is born in every country according to the needs of the people. Avatar does not born only in India. Avatar comes to save human beings. The avatar is a golden link between the finite and the infinite. Sri Ramakrishna is a hole of that wall. Through that hole you can see the infinite. Then he said, the Divine Mother Gauri asked, Himalayas, the mountain, his daughter was Gauri, Parvati, asked, could you tell me that how can I have the knowledge of Brahman? Father, let me be frank with you. You have the company of the holy. That will purify your mind, otherwise you cannot comprehend that infinite. The name said, I saw there was a picture of Divine Mother Saraswati on the wall of Sri Ramakrishna. Sometimes we saw Sri Ramakrishna praying, Mother, you speak through me. So all the words of the Master comes from the Divine Mother. Then he cautioned monks. A monk's life is very, very precious. You people should be very cautious. There is a dual function in a monastic life. He himself moves, journeys toward God, and asks other people, follow me, if you want to reach God. So he had two functions. Then he cautioned, you have become monks, you must renounce fully. Don't put two legs on two boats. When Chaitanya wanted to renounce, his mother was crying, you are my only son, please don't leave me. Mother, if you force me to stay at home, I will. But let me tell you, my body will die very soon. Please allow me so that I may renounce. If you do not renounce, you cannot be a world teacher. I have full attachment and you will not trust me. So he went to Puri. A person came to Sri Ramakrishna and asked, what is the way? Guru Bhakti Vishwas, faith in the words of your Guru. His monastic life is a small thing. Look at that person's ambition. I want God in my life. You put your hand on your chest and ask, what do you want? That is the reason Sri Ramakrishna taught us. We are householders, we have wife, children, family, job. So Sri Ramakrishna said, have a little taste of spirituality through this holy company. Sabbath is made for man and not man for the Sabbath. look, Sri Ramakrishna, he was talking in Calcutta, made so many ashramas. Do you know why? So that you people can come and have the advantage of the holy company and the holy environment and holy association. Sometimes I see, it's very few cities in this country we have centers. Our center is from 1938. Here, we keep our place open for 3 days so that devotees could come. Tuesday evening, Thursday evening, Sunday morning. Just alternate day, so that these people can have the company of the holy. I remember when I was in California, I was speaking Hollywood. People would drive from San Diego, 2 hours, 2.5 hours drive, just to attend the lecture. I remember that 2 ladies, they used to come from Pomona, Joya and Vijaya. Joya will drive and Vijaya will look at back. And she will drive so fast so that he will give the information whether police is following us or not. 2 ladies in 2 directions. Joya will drive, Vijaya will look at back. They're one of the disciples. Wonderful devotees. Holy company. Twenty-fifth November 1930, this afternoon, I went to M. M talked about monks, that they should not have any connection with politics. Jadichanda brahmacharyam charanti sadhujana dime tadeva pakhi. That is Ramakrishna's example he used for the monks. Do you know what that means? When a bird hatches her eggs, her whole mind is on eggs, but her look is vacant, looking outside. So a monk's life should be like this. Her whole mind should be absorbed in God. And with open eyes, you can see the world. Those people have forgot the world. And we are Grihastha Bhakta, we are also householder devotees. We are also trying utmost to think about God, despite our responsibilities. God's grace will dawn on us. Seek ye rather the kingdom of heaven, Jesus said. Seek, seek. Then he said, in spiritual life, only there are 2 paths, Shreya and Preya. Shreya means good. In the beginning it's very difficult, hard, but ultimately very joyful, peaceful. And prayer, in the beginning it is very good, but ultimately it's very painful and full of suffering. So he quoted from the Kathopanishad, Shreyasya preyasya manusya metat tau samparitta vivinakti dhiraha Shreyo hi dhiro vi preyo vrinite preyoso vrinite preyo manda yogakshimat vrinite. Shreyo Preyo, which one do we want? Yama was telling Nachiketa, there are 2 paths. This path will take you here, this path will take you here. Those who are wise, they take Shreyo. January 1931. A devotee came to Sri Ramakrishna and it was late. He returned home quite late. And next day Sri Ramakrishna said, I am sorry that you stayed here so late. Perhaps he had so problem to return to Calcutta. 6, 7, 8 miles he will have to go from Dakshineshwar. Sir, I am so lucky, by your grace, I got a share carriage from Alam Bazar. And with 5 paise, I went to my home. Sri Ramakrishna said, my goodness, do you come to God to get that 5 paise share car? No. You must think that I want to, for holy company, for discrimination and for this passion. 1st March 1931, Aim was on the roof of his school building. He had a attic room and big roof. He made flower gardens and some bushes and all those things. He created just like an ashrama on the roof. And every afternoon, many people from their work straight come to M's place and had the company of the holy and meditate with them. So M was telling, Nakshatranam Shoshi, Aham Shoshi, Ritunam Kushumakara. Do you see? Krishna said, among the stars I am the moon, among the season I am spring. Look, the same moon which saw Krishna, Rama, Jesus, same moon saw Ramakrishna, and same moon we are seeing. That was a marvelous way Ramakrishna used to teach. He used to connect small things with Sri Ramakrishna and the avatars and gods. Same moon we see. Moon did not change. When he used to go to Dakshineshwar, he used to embrace the trees. This tree saw Sri Ramakrishna. His devotion, his love for God is palpable. It is contagious. You will feel it. That kind of love we need in our spiritual life. Then he was talking about Krishna and Arjuna. You know, you were talking too much in the beginning. Arjuna was talking in the Gita. How much do you know about yourself? Krishna says, Vedaham samaditani vartamanani cha Arjuna bhavishyani cha bhutani mam tu vedana kasyana. I know your past, present and future. You do not know it. I know all people in this world. I know their past, present and future. I know about this whole world's past, present and future. You do not know. So, whatever is good for you, I am telling you, do it. Nasrankshasi binangshasi. If you do not obey me, you will be destroyed. Then finally Krishna says, Kurishye vachanam tama. Whatever you say, I shall obey. In the meantime, Ramakrishna's nephew came, bowed down to him because he was Ramakrishna's nephew. Ramlal Dada said, you went to Dakshineshwar, I did not know it. If I had known, I would come and see you. Oh, just toward the end of my life, perhaps this is my last visit. I visited Dakshineshwar. Sir, you should not talk that way. How much people are getting benefit from your life and from your talk. Then M said, let nobody be proud. I wanted to be a monk. Sri Ramakrishna said, no, that is not your path. You are a householder. You must have wife, family. But you will have to talk about God. Then he said, you know, this Calcutta water comes from Palta, and there's a huge reservoir over a tank in Tala. He said, look, if any one of the pipes of this water tank is bad, the engineers and all people, plumbers, they come and fix it instantly. Immediately they fix it. So Sri Ramakrishna said, don't be proud that without you the mother's work will stop. Mother can make teachers even from the straw. Never be proud in your life. But Sri Ramakrishna told me at 9:30 in the evening, you know, Aim's memory was so sharp, so prodigious memory. He was talking about Swami Akhandananda, 9th December 1929. The Swami came to our student. He was a student of the students' home. He was telling the students, if any bad thought comes, chant God's name, clapping your hands. Sri Ramakrishna taught us that. Then he was talking, Swami Akhandananda, 27th July 1933 in Belur Math. At that time, Swami Shraddhananda joined the monastery. Do you know, when we are in Rishikesh, we used to practice austerity. I was so absorbed in meditation, I forgot food. So late I went to that inn. In some places in Himalayas, they have a free kitchen. So once or twice a day they will serve food, 10 to 12 or 4 to 5. If you do not go at that time, you will not get the food. So the Swami went there late. Then a woman was telling, she was cleaning that place, Father, why did you come so late? The food has been distributed. I was absorbed in meditation, I forgot time, I do not have any clock or anything. From then on, they used to keep always some food for him. Or if he would not come, they would send food to his cottage. He was talking about if you depend on God, God provides everything for you. Then it was in 10th February 1933. Sometimes these monks would sit together. It was Swami Adbhutananda's birthday. So all monks are reminiscing their stories about Swami. Swami Raghavananda. I used to, in Banaras, I used to visit Latu Maharaj. I bowed down to him. And I saw Swami Turiyananda, another disciple, was touching his feet. This Swami was completely illiterate. Sri Ramakrishna wanted to demonstrate to the world that without zero education one can be a Vara Brahman. I wrote a book about him, how a shepherd boy became a saint. So, Swami Turiyananda, he was a Vara Brahman taking the dust of his feet. Well, Maharaj, well, my goodness, he is higher than us. He is the first person who came to Sri Ramakrishna in 1879. We came in 1883. And moreover, he sought the master. He knew how to bring Sri Ramakrishna's mind down from Samadhi. My goodness, he is very great soul. Then Swami Shraddhananda also, he used to bow down to him. He was the General Secretary of the Ramakrishna Order. And this person was a servant of a doctor. Came to Sri Ramakrishna and became a Vara Brahman. So, Swami Shraddhananda also bowed down and said, Maharaj, my goodness, he is very great. Swami Shraddhananda wrote in his memoirs, you know, one night I had no sleep. I thought I shall go and have a smoke from Latu Maharaj's place in his room in Balaram Mandir. I saw from the under the mosquito curtain, he was talking to God. You see, one evening he was dozing. Sri Ramakrishna, he fell asleep. What? You have come here to sleep? I don't need your service. You go away. Pass. 2 months he struggled, then conquered sleep. Never in his life he slept at night. Never. He conquered sleep. Daytime he would sleep, but whole night meditation. He did not read books. He was all the time communed with God. It was Sri Ramakrishna's birthday celebration, 20th July 1933, Belur Math. They all monks, they're reminiscing, they're talking about stories about this great monk, great disciple of Sri Ramakrishna. Chetanananda says, when I first came to the monastery in 1890s, early 1890s, I saw the Vesper service in Baranagar Math. At that time, a Khanjana Bhavavandana was not composed. The disciples would sing Bhajo Shiva Shankara, Haro Shiva Shankara. Shandara Dishma Bhajo Shiva Omkara, Bhajo Shiva Shankara. That Vishwanath Arati, that song they used to sing and dance. But Swami was very, they had so much respect for Swamiji. Swamiji composed that hymn, Mong Ring Ritam Damachala Guna Jita Guneja. Now, somebody sent that hymn which Swami Vivekananda composed in Sanskrit to a great scholar, whether there is any grammatical mistakes there or not. Swami became mad. What? Swamiji is a rishi. If there is any mistake, that is a license of genius. Swamiji's writing should not be corrected. But Swamiji himself wanted that this should be corrected. Once in Madras, they do not have food to offer to Sri Ramakrishna. We have no food, no. He was thinking, deeply thinking about the master. At 9 o'clock, a Madras devotee brought some flour, some ghee, some farina, all these stuff, cooking materials they brought. He immediately made some luchi and some farina pudding and offered to Sri Ramakrishna. Sometimes their faith is so strong. There is summertime he used to run to the shrine with a palm leaf fan, which fans Sri Ramakrishna, so that the master can get a little sleep. No electricity. Love. Tangible love. Swami Turiyananda. The Swami was talking about, you want to work? Think that I am not the doer. God is the doer. I am the instrument. One Swami said, I don't think so. I am the doer. I do the work. Then he said, he was deeply thinking about this, who is the doer? So he was making some spices and the stone hit his hand and he was in deep pain. Then he went to Swami Turiyananda and said, Maharaj, when my hand was hit by that rock, that vessel, I said, oof. So, what is this one? Well, that Anubhav Karta is not you. When the person, you said that I am not the doer, so you are cooking or you are making that thing and you got the heat. So it is not you, it is someone else. But you are not the doer. Real doer is God. You are the instrument. Then Swami Gopalananda, I remembered him. Very old Swami, very short. In his room, full of Gopala, baby Krishna in his room. He was talking about Swami Premananda, how beautifully he used to serve in the shrine, and he was so neat and clean and so orderly. But Swami Premananda, Shastri Ramakrishna used to say, his very marrow is pure. Swami Brahmananda, major remark about Premananda. The direction he looks, that whole direction becomes pure. He is the embodiment of purity. He is an incarnation of Radha. The Ramakrishna disciples are all great, great disciples. Swami Anantananda, 20th October 1937, Belur Math. This Swami was the attendant of Swami Shivananda and Swami Turyananda. He used to cook for him. We cook for them. Well, I used to watch at night, in the morning at 3:30, they used to get up, or after wash, they would sit for meditation, and they would meditate 3 hours continually. Then we two attendants asked, Maharaj, could you meditate with you in your room? We went. There is some kind of bamboo, some kind of floor, Well, it would make some noise. So we used to sit so that we would not make any noise. Well, we used to meditate long, long hours. It is a great opportunity to serve these great people. This Swami Nirbhayananda was talking about Swami Vivekananda, my Guru. Sometimes we offer various kinds of food in front of him. He used to take little, but he used to love to distribute food to others. Swami Kamaleswarananda was talking with Mahapurush Maharaj. One evening I went to him, and he talked to me nearly 2 hours. Then I apologized, Maharaj, I am sorry that I disturbed your meditation. What do you mean? I talked only about Sri Ramakrishna to you. Is meditation different? One thing we learn from these people, that work and worship become one to them. Our tradition says work and worship, work as worship, work is worship. Your work is worship to God. That we learn from these monks, how to do it. Your whole life will be transformed. Swami Shantananda in 1930 told this Swami, Shraddhananda, I tell you one secret about your spiritual life. Take one mood and practice it for 2-3 months. Only one thing. Suppose I practiced continuously, I shall repeat mantra. While eating, sleeping, moving around, then the mantra become one with me. That Swami used to listen Anahata Dhoni. That sound comes from the heart chakra. He used to listen that Anahata, that holy spiritual sound. These monks used to relate sometimes their experiences so that we can get benefit and we can practice. But even in sleep, the mantra will continue. Mahapurush Maharaj says, we saw Sri Ramakrishna, his last part of his life, all is absorbed in God consciousness. 6th April 1936, Swami Shraddhananda, Swami Vivekananda's disciple. Could you tell me, Maharaj, what is the mystery of self-surrender? Two things you always remember, self-effort, self-surrender. Could you explain that thing to us? Complete self-surrender comes when you give Bokalma, power of attorney. Lord, you do everything for me. Then God will take over and do everything for you. But that kind of self-surrender very few people can have. Do you know why? Because we have egos. As long as you have ego, you cannot surrender wholly. You make an effort. Ego. It is a percent of ego. That percent of self-surrender comes, you know. You have come here today. It is self-effort. But that self-effort, do you know what? It also is the grace of God. That Swami was explaining. Ishvara anugrahat pungsam advaita vasana. It is God's grace that a man has an inclination to realize God. It is God inspired you in your mind so that you could come to Vedanta and listen to this spiritual talk. Don't think that your self-effort will have helped, but grace also worked. You could go somewhere else to see a movie or some other place. Grace also is very important. Then he says, कुत्ता गुरु का द्वार में कुत्ता का माफिक पड़ा रहो. Stay at the door of your guru like a faithful dog. The dog knows, the pet dog knows, my master will feed me. The dog never leaves the house of the master. So stay at the door of your guru like a faithful dog. Then he says, Maharaj, could you explain that the mind of a worldly person is like a weight matchbox? Sri Ramakrishna said, matchbox, if it is weight, you rub the sticks, it will never ignite. But dry matchbox, one stroke, it will ignite. So most of the human minds are weight matchbox. It does not ignite. He said, you know, let me tell you, a desire, lust, make that mind soggy. There are two aspects of this lust. One is gross and one is subtle. The subtle things remains, you know, then he quoted from the Bhagavad Gita. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehina rasavarjam rasopyasya parangdishtva nivartate. If you do not eat 7 or 8 days, your body will be very weak. At that time, if somebody brings an object for enjoyment for you, you cannot do it because your body does not permit it. But that does not mean that your desire is wiped out. Your desire is still in the mind. If you eat, then again that you can fulfill your desire. So Krishna says that Rasa Barjam, but your body may be incapable, but you cannot destroy the desire. The desire and the object of sense enjoyment will disappear. Parang drishtva, when you see God. Completely it will be wiped out. That he quoted. Param drishtva nivartati. He was talking about Sri Ramakrishna's glory. Let me tell you, he was talking that We became monk, which is Sri Ramakrishna's grace. I tell you frankly, I told you perhaps, my father's concept of God, he never saw Ramakrishna monk. His concept of monk, a coping on, smeared with ashes, matches hair, smokes hemp and marijuana, that is my concept. That is the concept of my father about monk. I cannot just smoke. I cannot go barefoot, which is called besmeared with ashes, matches hair, and begging food from door to door. I call it Babu Sadhu. At least I have a puppy monk. Puppy monk. This without Ramakrishna Vivekananda order, I think I couldn't be a monk that way. That Swami was talking about, that it is his grace that we become monk. And Ramakrishna's greatness, look, he was talking, Sri Ramakrishna is in the category of Rama, Krishna, Chaitanya, Jesus. And Swamiji is in the category of Buddha, Shankara. Rama, Krishna, Chaitanya, Christ, all these great avatars merged Ramakrishna. But not Buddha and Shankara. So Swamiji is in that category. And if that Swami Vivekananda, when he became the disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, you can understand what Sri Ramakrishna was. It's beyond everything. Then another person asked, sometimes Swamiji's early days we reach some story, we reach some of Vivekananda's experiences, especially his letters to Pramodadas Mitra. He was talking, I must go. Again I shall go to the Himalayas and I shall get my Nirvikalpa Samadhi and merge into divine. What do you think? Why Swamiji was asking all these things? Then Swami Shraddhananda explained, look, Swamiji had Nirvikalpa Samadhi in Kashipur Guardian House. But Sri Ramakrishna locked it. He said, you do the work for the mother. After your work, this Samadhi will be returned to you. So he was desperately wanting back, and Sri Ramakrishna won't give it to him. That is the reason he was desperately trying to again merge into divine. But it is the divine providence. Swamiji did not get it, so that he was desperately asking, and that is the reason he wrote. Moreover, when Swami Vivekananda came to Sri Ramakrishna, at that time he was 18 years old. Most of the disciples in their late teens, they could not understand this infinite God. So after staying with Ramakrishna, slowly, they saw, they marveled. Their Guru. If you read their books, you will understand what a beautiful way. Swami Paramananda, he came to America, he has started this Ananda Ashrama. He was a disciple of Vivekananda. He talked about, I cannot understand him. He who has once tasted the love of the saints can forget it. He was talking about Swami Vivekananda's love. This is the great lesson I have learned from him. When you love, do not discriminate. Do not calculate, do not discriminate, do not calculate. Through calculation, one cannot love others. Don't see fault in others. Just love. But don't expect anything in return. When you go talk of the disciples of the Master, sometimes we become speechless. Swamiji had to do everything in a hurry. He had no time to waste over vain talk. Hence his every word conveys such a deep meaning. He was talking about Swami Vivekananda one day to send me, go beg from door to door. He was coming a very rich family. Go, be a beggar first, before you be a monk. Destroy your ego, prestige, family, high family, all these things. Give up. There are some stories about Karma Yoga from Ananda Swami. He said, Those who meditate well, they can work well. Those who work well, they meditate well. January 1934, Nirvedananda. You know, Vedanta can help other religions of the world. These few things other religions should incorporate. First, Janmantravad, the doctrine of reincarnation, which is very, very helpful and important to make their religion meaningful. Second, Advaitavad, non-dualism. It will help the dualistic religions to enrich their faith. And Sri Ramakrishna's religion of harmony. He mentioned these three things. Suppose Christianity, Judaism, Islam. Do you know what is the problem of the dualistic religion? My religion is the best, my savior is the only savior, others are false, wrong. This attitude doesn't work anymore. And dualistic religion teach to hate others' religion. That is the reason all this fight you see. Religion. So much bloodshed in the name of religion. All these things come from the dualistic religion. So non-dualism will help develop the philosophy of these dualistic religions. And Janmantravad. I am only one birth theory. Hurry, it doesn't work. It is an evolutionary process. Do you think this is your first birth and this is your last birth? No way. Do you know why? Nothing comes without cause and effect theory is there. Do you think you come from zero? Nothing. The logic says nothing cannot come from something, something cannot come from nothing. How many lives you are evolving? How many lives more to go until we attain liberation? This will help other religions and Sri Ramakrishna's harmony of religions. 7th February 1934, Swami talked about ego. This ego is very difficult to get rid of. This is a great obstacle in our spiritual life. Some people's ego is so sensitive, tremendous likes and dislikes. Ego. I am best, I am beautiful, I am learned, I am rich. All are ego. Chitta Shuddhi. Give up this ego. Give up all desires. Practice I am Brahmasmi, I am Brahman. Another Swami said. Anyhow, I tried to give you some of the teachings which Swami Shraddhananda recorded in his diary, and hopefully this book will come out. One volume will come out in June, and this volume will come out for us toward the end of this year. Prachin Sadhudev Katha, stories of the Vedanta monks, old Vedanta monks. Thank you very much. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva, tvameva bandhusya sakha tvameva, tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Thou art my mother, thou art my father, thou art my friend, thou art my companion, thou art my wealth, thou art my learning, thou art my all in all, O Lord. Om Shanti, 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 peace, peace, peace be unto all.